Calories are the most misunderstood concept in fitness. Some people think calories are evil, and some think that they're the only thing that matters. And most people are stuck somewhere in the middle, confused, frustrated, and not seeing results. So I'm gonna break down everything you actually need to know about calories, not just for weight loss, but for energy, hormones, muscle metabolism, and long-term health. So if we haven't met, my name is Frank. I used to weigh over 200 pounds. I'm a short man. I'm only 5'5", so that's a crazy amount of extra body fat that I was carrying. However, I managed to drop down to 135 pounds, not by starving myself, and simply by not guessing. Since then, I've coached many others to achieve similar results. And the topic that always comes up and causes some confusion is calories. So let's clear it up. So a calorie is basically a unit of energy. Technically, a calorie is the amount of energy required to raise the temperature of water by 1 degree. But when it comes to nutrition, it tells us how much energy food provides for us. Your body uses calories for everything: breathing, thinking, digesting food, repairing tissue, building muscle, and moving and exercising, of course. So calories are not the enemy. It's what your body uses for fuel. Now here's the part that you've most likely heard. If you eat more calories than what you burn, you gain weight. And if you eat less calories than what you burn, you lose weight. That is called an energy balance, and yes, it's real. But the thing is that energy balance tells you how much your weight is going to change. It doesn't tell you how your body is going to react to it. What I'm trying to say is that two people can eat the same amount of calories and get completely different results. This is because your body does not process all calories the same. Some calories are easier to get full on, some are easier to overeat, some make you feel full faster, and others not so much. They kind of tend to make you overeat them instead. These different types of calories are obviously protein, fats, and carbs. These are what we call macronutrients. And they all have a different effect on hunger, hormones, digestion, muscle retention, and your overall metabolism. For example, protein keeps you full for longer. It requires more energy to digest, and it helps preserve and build muscle. However, carb-dense foods are they're easier to overeat on. It doesn't mean they're bad. They just taste really good, and you kind of want more and more of it. It's quite hard to get full on those. They actually tend to spike hunger, even at the same calorie amounts. This is why you technically can lose weight while eating junk food, but you'll feel awful, you'll lose muscle, and you're gonna struggle to maintain that calorie deficit. So the thing is that your metabolism is not broken. It just adapts to your habits. When you drastically cut calories, your body responds by reducing energy expenditure. What does this mean? You burn less calories. Increasing hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin. What does this mean? You're gonna be more hungry. It's gonna be harder for you to get full. Your body also responds by decreasing recovery. Obviously, this means you don't recover to your full potential. And it also responds by making your fat loss harder over time. Why? Because your body does not know that you're cutting calories on purpose to look better. It just thinks that food is running out and it's fighting for you to survive. It starts craving for food a lot more as time goes by. It's just trying to keep you alive. This is why extreme dieting works short term and fails long term. So calories matter, but how aggressively and how long you restrict them matters just as much. Now the next thing is that weight loss and fat loss are two completely different things. For example, if your calories are too low and protein or resistance training is missing, or both, the weight you lose isn't just fat. It's also muscle. Muscle is metabolically active tissue. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. That's why two people with the same body weight can look completely different. This is influenced by body composition, not just a number on the scale. What does body composition mean? How much of your weight is fat versus muscle. Two people can weigh the exact same, but if one person has more muscle compared to body fat, the other one has more body fat compared to muscle, the other one with more muscle is going to look substantially better. Now, calories also affect your hormones. We kind of covered this already. Cortisol, also known as stress, leptin and ghrelin, these are the hunger hormones that I was talking about earlier, and also reproductive hormones. There's also thyroid hormones and many other examples. I'm just trying to say that chronically undereating can lead to fatigue, poor sleep, missed periods if you're a woman, low testosterone if you're a man, and constant food obsession. And on the flip side, consistently overeating can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and metabolic dysfunction. What does insulin resistance mean? It means your body needs to produce more insulin than necessary to bring down your blood sugar levels. Why do blood sugar levels rise? Because you eat something that's high in carbs. In order to reduce those levels, your body needs to produce insulin. Is this bad? No, it's just what your body does. You do need blood sugar to survive for cognitive functions and many other things. But sometimes people tend to have insulin resistance. It means that they need more insulin than needed in order to reduce those blood sugar levels. This causes a feeling of fatigue, and nutrient absorption isn't that good. And you're also not building muscle as efficiently as you can be compared to if you were more insulin sensitive, meaning less insulin resistance. So calories do matter, but they're not the whole story. You need an appropriate range of calories. This depends on if you're trying to gain weight or lose weight. Search up a TDE calculator to calculate how many calories you burn throughout the entire day. If you want to lose weight, eat around 500 calories less than that. If you want to gain weight, eat around 200 calories more than that is all you need. When it comes to proteins, fats, and carbs, if you're losing body fat, eat towards 1 gram of protein per pound in body weight. Why? Because you need to preserve as much muscle as possible when you're losing body fat. If you're gaining weight, you may lean onto the 0.7 grams of protein per pound in body weight, but that said, you need 0.7 and 1 gram of protein per pound in body weight. When it comes to your fat intake, you need around 0.3 to 0.5 grams of fat per pound in body weight. When it comes to your carbs, within the calorie deficit or calorie surplus that you just made all the math for, going to the TDE calculator and everything, you're going to fit as much carbs as you can within that calorie amount. However, do prioritize protein and fats. Your body needs them. Carbs, your body doesn't need them, but enjoys them, and they're extremely beneficial. So understanding calories is what helped me go from 200 pounds to around 135 pounds. It's been a couple of years since that happened. I've gained a little bit of mass, and I'm now sitting at around 145 pounds. But moral of the story, understanding all of these concepts is what helped me get to those goals, and many other people that I've coached to help them get similar results, not through fear, not through restriction, but simply by education and consistency. That said, if you want to watch my full training video completely for free, you can just click the link below so you can learn everything you need to know beyond just calories about what you need to implement in order to get rid of that stubborn body fat. See you in the next video. My name is Frank. Follow Frank Fitness for more.